Michael here, looking at Psalms 81 for our devotion, a psalm which may be subtitled, "Oh, that my people would listen to me." And we're closing out the exposition on this psalm by looking at verse 15 and 16. Let's go ahead and read those two verses. Verse 15. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. In verse 16. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. And as we turn to the treasure of David for the exposition, let's go ahead and read verse 15 again. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. We turn to the treasure of David for the exposition, verse 15. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him. Though the submission would have been false and flattering, yet the enemies of Israel would have been so humiliated that they would have hastened to make terms with the favored tribes. Our enemies become abashed and cowardly when we, with resolution, walk carefully with the Lord. It is in God's power to keep the fiercest in check, and he will do so if we have filial fear, a pious awe of him. But their time should have endured forever. The people would have been firmly established, and their prosperity would have been stable. Nothing confirms a state or a church like holiness. If we be firm in obedience, we shall be firm in happiness. Righteousness establishes, sin ruins. And verse 16. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat. Famine would have been an unknown word. They would have been fed on the best of the best food, and have had abundance of it as their everyday diet. And with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. Luxuries as well as necessaries would be forthcoming. The very rocks of the land would yield abundant and sweet supplies. The bees would store the cleft of the rocks with luscious honey, and so turn the most sterile part of the land to good account. The Lord can do great things for an obedient people. When his people walk in the light of his countenance and maintain unsullied holiness, the joy and consolation which he yields them are beyond conception. To them the joys of heaven have begun even upon earth. They can sing in the ways of the Lord. The springs of the eternal summer has commenced with them. They are already blessed, and they look for brighter things. This shows us by contrast how sad a thing it is for a child of God to sell himself into captivity, to sin, and bring his soul into a state of famine by following after another god. O Lord, forever bind us to thyself alone, and keep us faithful unto the end. Yes, I always pray, Lord, anchor me to your will and your way, Lord. Hallelujah. Trust you enjoy the exposition on Psalms 81. It really is so fulfilling as God instructs us. It's so much better to be obedient unto his will and his way. Trust you enjoy the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.